purpose of this show is for me to kind of tell you what I'm thinking. Um, Blue MAGA is worse than Red MAGA. It literally is. If it's not worse, which I think it is, it's at least equal. Now, the vote blue no matter who crowd, you're going to come with January 6th because that's literally your only argument. But look at both sides. And I'll tell you why I think blue is worse than red. Both blue and MAGA. Well, no, let's talk about red MAGA first. And these are people that are hardened. They're hardened Trump supporters. I mean, they're not supporting DeSantis. They're not supporting Nikki Haley. It's Trump or nothing, or one of his children, or somebody that he endorses. They still call him president, even though technically we only have one president at a time. Yes, the people of January who did January 6th terrorist attack, do it because Trump said so, allegedly, possibly. He had influence. He said he'd be down there marching right with them, and it wouldn't matter. But when Trump said I could shoot somebody in Times Square and get away with it, there was a lot of his supporters that believed it. And there was the time where he made fun of a disabled writer, a news writer. His supporters were like, oh, well. There was the time where he called one of his supporters, I think it was a fat slob. And those were his words, not mine. And the guy was like, yeah, I can stand to lose some weight. I'm like, you really okay with him calling you a fat slut? Okay, I guess. It's Red MAGA excuses the wrongs that Trump does. Here comes my comparison. Blue MAGA does exactly the same thing. Let's kind of look back. And of course, I know Blue MAGA didn't, invade the Capitol, and they didn't, hold riots across the nation. I know they didn't do that. That's an extreme case. I'm talking about comparable issues. Biden has challenged someone to push-ups, has threatened to go out, has challenged supporters to fight, has said, if you don't vote for me, you not black. And his supporters are okay with it. They'll say, oh, well, he didn't mean that, or you're taking it out of context, or no, I disagree with it, but I understand where he was coming from. It's this, well, he just got too familiar, especially the one, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That one had to be the most insulting one. You don't, me voting for you, what? I mean, you literally made that point out loud and got no backlash. He got backlash from the Republicans, but nobody pays attention to the Republicans in certain communities. They don't. But people are so willing to let Biden get away with anything. Even his most recent comments where he suggested that Blacks and Hispanics don't have diplomas, which I'm going to link in here because people are going to say, no, you're just making it because you don't like Biden. No, those are not my words. I'm using their words, his words. And imagine if Trump had said, if you're black and you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I just want you to imagine that for a couple of minutes, a couple seconds. He would have gotten torched on the Roland Martin show. He got torched on black media. He got torched in black churches. He would have gotten torched. But because it's Biden, who's just as racist as Trump, yeah, I'll just let it go. And I'm saying, yeah, because I still, that comment is so offensive, especially a person that me voting for you or not voting for you has nothing to do with me being black. I'm black regardless of whether I vote for you or whether I don't vote for you. My vote doesn't belong to you. Well, you're not getting it anyway, but it's Blue MAGA's willingness to just let them slide by on anything. I mean, he literally was out here challenging people to fights and push-ups, and you were like, that shows he's a strong candidate. Are you kidding me? And if Trump did the same thing, Blue MAGA would say, well, Trump was wrong. That was terrible. How could he do that? It's like the standards that you hold Biden to are not the standards that you hold Trump to. Like, either hold them to the same standard or, well, do what you're continuing to do. Put Biden at the, and here's another one. Here's another one. When Trump was president and Puerto Rico had the hurricane, it took Trump a while to get there. And then, of course, he threw the paper towels at people like that. Who told him that? Who told him, you know what you want to do? Take some paper towels and just throw them at people. Just throw them. Just take them and just throw them at everybody. That'll do it. That will do it. No, no, that's a stupid idea. So on this show I was watching, they had a Democrat and an independent, because he never said he was Republican. He was an independent. And the independent guy brought up the fact that Biden took 8 days to visit Hawaii after its fires. And the guy says, well, it took Trump 8 days. Wait a minute. So Biden does something ignorant, and you say it's not as bad because Trump did it. That makes no sense. Just because Trump did something doesn't make it good that Biden did it. It's like you're literally saying, well, he did it too. You know what you sound like? You sound like that child. When you get in trouble, you don't blame yourself. You start blaming your siblings for something you did. Well, they did it too, but you still did it. It's like this unfair, heavy-weighted, like letting him get away with things that I think makes Blue MAGA worse. And it's just so there, but I don't know that people are willing to just call it out like that, because I think it's prevalent, especially the media. The media will really literally let Biden get away with anything. And I'm not necessarily Fox or OAN or the right leaning ones, but the MSNBCs, the David Pakmans, the Majority Report, et cetera, will do something just atrocious. And, well, Trump did. Trump is not president now. East Palestine. That's a good one. So when that happened, there was a train wreck in East Palestine, Ohio, and left the town devastated. And they're still experiencing devastation now. Biden was like, I'm not visiting. I don't have any plans to visit. Didn't say, you're in our thoughts or prayers. Didn't say, we're thinking about you. We're pulling for you. We're going to do the best that we can to get your needs met. No. But when Trump visited, he brought still water. See, that's not the point, Blue MAGA. The point is that he actually went. See, that's the point. And like, Blue MAGA literally misses the forest for the trees. The people didn't care that he was bringing stale water. Was the water stale? I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't drink the water. Did he buy everybody cheeseburgers? Probably not. But he was there. And being there, especially when a natural disaster happens, is crucial for a president or a presidential candidate. Same thing with the UAW strikes that are coming up. As soon as Trump said, okay, I'm going Thursday, Biden says, now I'm going. Now, all along, he had said, no, I don't plan to visit. But he released his little one worded, his one sentence little statement, talk about how he supports the union workers, blah, blah, blah. And he said he wasn't planning on going. Soon as Trump goes, let me backtrack. Actually, Dr. West was the first one that said he was going to go. Then it was Trump, and now it's Biden. Okay, whatever. But I just wanted to throw that in there just as a point of fact. But Trump says he's going. And now Biden also, oh, I plan on going this week, Tuesday or whatever day. How much? I bet you there's going to be a fundraiser by some corporate group that'll host him. It's not just going there to speak to the workers. Mm-mm. There's going to be some sort of big fundraiser, $25,000 a plate or whatever it is. And he'll speak to the workers. No, they're not going to have him go out and speak to the workers. What they'll do is they'll select, like he'll rent someplace, and then they'll just bring in selected people, and go from there. I don't know what the Visit Tuesday look like, but he was okay with not going. Now he's going because Trump went. Now he did go to Hawaii 8 days late, but before that, he had issued a statement of no comment. How do you have no comment when people have just experienced a fire? What? I mean, and they're surprised. Like the media is so surprised there are FU Joe Biden signs all over the place. I would never tell a president of the United States FU, but I can understand where they're coming from. I mean, from their eyes, they see all this money going to Ukraine, and I'm gonna say it to all the vote blue, no matter who's out there. They see all this money going to Ukraine, but they're only getting $700 per household. It's kind of hard to sell yourself as a compassionate president when you're never showing compassion. That's a kind of a difficult thing to do, and that's kind of like what we expect the president to do. We know the president has limited powers. In most cases, he can't pass anything unless Congress and the Senate both pass, and then he signs. So we expect our president to be, I'm not sure if I can say this right, more of like compassionate chief. I don't know how I'm saying it. But when there's a disaster, when there's something that happens, that's what we're looking for a response. We're not looking to Senator Johnny come lately. We don't care. If this country is attacked, we're not gonna care. We're not gonna care what Senator June, May, and August has to say. We're just not. We're going to look to the president, whether that's fair or whether that's unfair. When something tragic happens to this country, that's where we look to. And then we look to the government agencies to work behind the scenes. And so again, it's hard to sell to me that Biden has all of this compassion and I'm not seeing it. Maybe I've missed it because I'm sure Vote Blue, no matter who, is going to just point this out. They're going to just be like, no, it's this, and this, and this. But you probably want to show that side more because you're losing to Tim Scott. 2% Tim Scott. Not me. That's polls. So, like I said, in some regards, I think Blue MAGA is just worse. The standard is so low. And it's this whole, and I'm not even going to start on the whole Build Back Better, comparing it to FDR. FDR is like probably a president that should be in my top 5 of presidents, but isn't because of the Japanese internment camps. But you're going to compare him to you're going to compare Biden to FDR. Okay. How? Look at what passed under FDR. You had Social Security, the New Deal. Those 2 major things passed. Biden has passed Juneteenth, Hip Hop Month. Oh, Build Back Better, the CHIPS Act, which again, those take effect down the line, not right now. And we still don't know what 5 drugs are going to be eligible to receive the discount that will only go to senior citizens and not to other Americans who experience issues where they need medications that are very expensive. So, again, I know you're going to disagree, but if you weren't Blue MAGA, you would. I don't know what I would. I don't expect anything less, because it's amazing to me, and both sides do it, how much we as a well, no, not we, because I don't consider myself a part of the duopoly. How much people who support either Democrats or Republicans let their leaders get away with. I don't think we ever in the Green Party would ever tolerate somebody that says, hey, I lost this election. Why don't we go down there and just do something bad? We're not going to do that. It's just not something we do. We don't get that close to winning elections because the 2-party system keeps us off ballots, but that's a whole discussion down the road. I don't even see the libertarians doing stuff like this. I've never seen where both sides will say, yeah, but see, what he meant was, and what he was trying to say was, no, I heard the words coming out of his mouth. I heard him say, you don't vote for me, you're not Black. I heard him say, hey, to a supporter of his, let's go outside and see who can do the most push-ups. You're challenging people to push-ups, and this shows his strength. Come on, y'all. If you're going to be Blue MAGA, you're not going to heed any of my words, so I'm just going to throw them out there. At least admit that you are, because you never will admit it. You'll just say, no, I'm just making a point. Just admit that you're Blue MAGA. And then somebody will probably say, well, Tracy, you're Green MAGA. Oh, no. See, I will criticize Green Party candidates, but I'm not gonna criticize their integrity if I know them. Now, some Green Party candidates I don't know, but I'm not gonna idolize them. I'm not gonna say every single thing they say. I'm like, yep, I'm with it. No, I don't have any politician that I 100% agree with. That doesn't exist. But if you're 80% of the way, I can